Last year I was sitting at a desk as a sales manager, and now I'm official McLaren F1 simulated test driver.
So it's 1.4 behind.
This opportunity is huge.
That's faster than the factory McLaren driver, and he's done 6 laps.
Let's go race.
Welcome, one and all, to V8's Online this beautiful Saturday night. I hope you're ready for something absolutely horrific. This is the third running of the Maxx Bantz Open. And it is the revenge of the Yeet. We're here at Suzuka Moto for a 1-hour race where, my God, things are going to go off. My name is Reese Gardner. Cameron Dance joining me in the commentary box. Cam, everyone's out there qualifying at the moment, but really, it doesn't matter at all, does it?
No, clearly no one's qualifying because there is just carnage going on everywhere.
Yep, for sure. No one has set a lap time yet. We are nearly halfway through the session, and it's I'm running out of things to say already. It's just I've gone through, looked at some of the liveries that we've got for this race. I mean, what even do you say? They're competing for this. The Winrar Trophy, drawn by myself on that momentous occasion, the first Maxx Bantz Open at Zandvoort in the Mustangs. That's what they're competing for, Cam. Who do you think's going to go for it this time?
Everyone, I think. There's, after what we saw at Maxx Bantz 2 at Road Atlanta, there's absolutely no telling who's going to win it. Everybody wants to win it. We saw Stenberg almost win it, and it's, yeah, you're not going to have any idea who's going to win until the final lap, pretty much.
Yeah, certainly. We do have someone setting a lap time out there. That's Ostian Puhaka, 2:07.311. He goes to pole position by virtue of being literally the only car in the field to have set a qualifying time at the moment. We're going to go quickly through the event format tonight, just for those who don't know. And I don't blame you if you don't. It's one of those things that's certainly certainly something you'd want to avoid in sim racing. For the first half hour of this race, we're going to be racing as normally as we can, given the circumstances. And then, at the exact half-hour mark, the spinning wheel comes out and we'll choose a position between second and whichever position is second from last. So the majority of the field is covered, and that position is the one that wins the race. So you got to make sure that you finish in that position by the time the checkered flag comes out. The drivers won't know what position that is. We won't know what position that is until the 30-minute mark. It is a format that will certainly bring up some exciting, well, exciting is the wrong word, Cam, really.
Yeah, it's bizarre, meme-worthy banter. There's different names and words you could probably throw at it, but yeah, it's going to be all sorts, really.
Yeah, certainly will. 3 minutes left until the session ends. We got cars going down the front straight in a straight line, amazingly enough. I'll tell you what, Marie Hrushka we're looking at too. Just hit second place, 2:07.9. So Ostian Puhaka has pole position by a massive 7/10. Obviously the most skilled driver in this field. Meanwhile, it's not so much who is going to get pole position, but who is going to survive turn 1, lap 1. We obviously want to see drivers. We obviously want to see drivers finish this race, but I somehow doubt, Cam, there's going to be too many of those.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say turn 1 we will probably see the biggest pileup in all of iRacing history. I've just seen someone try to take out Sperry at the hairpin there, which was quite amazing. But yeah, it's going to be absolutely all sorts of carnage and memes, and yeah, it's just going to be a race of its own.
Conrad Phobel, I am noticing, going down the back straight backwards. Obviously, this is a tactic that can be used in a Maxx Bantz event. We saw Keenan Kusin win the second Maxx Bantz by doing this exact thing. But I doubt that this will result in a quick lap time or a valid lap time, as he is constantly going off the track into the wall with a more extremely damaged cars. Just before we go into the race session, a quick word about the layout. We are at Suzuka. This is the Moto layout. So it's got a few more turns than the initial layout of Suzuka, and it's a bit tighter in places too.
Yeah, it is. The Moto circuit's a little bit different. It's basically the GP circuit with a few more tight chicanes that will pretty much cause a lot more carnage than you normally would. So it's going to be very, very entertaining, and I can't wait to see what happens at them.
Yeah, certainly. 30 seconds left in the session. We have a third and a fourth person joining the timesheets, Dean Moll and Will Chen. Will Chen, of course, with quite the nice livery there, making me very hungry. And if Richard Hampstead is watching, then goodness me.
Start running.
Yeah, you better start running. He'll be chasing after that car. But Session has had the checkered flag fly. There's going to be banter up here in the commentary box too. Neil Senkowski. Hang on a minute. Hang on. On board Jake Sperry, I am letting know what is going on here. Wow, amazing. just beautiful. We'll be seeing a lot of that in the race, I would think. Oh, who's that? Who's that reversing onto the racing line? That's Griffin Gardner. Yep, at right angles, staying in the middle of the hairpin. Nothing saying that you can't do that.
Exactly.
And here we go. 2 minutes left on the clock. Time for everyone to finish their laps. Maybe. Well, who knows? Probably won't finish anything in this event. You can hear me, Cam. My voice has had all the fire go out of it already. We're in for a good one.
Absolutely, we are. It's gonna be a show of no other. You can't predict this race. It's just all sorts going on. You can't even describe it. It's just the race that you have to take one step at a time, really.
Yeah, certainly. Keenan Kusen's still making his way around the circuit. Perhaps he is hoping that he will be able to complete a lap here. Going through that horrific chicane, especially with this setup that I've devised for this event. Complete plowing understeer on the way in and then flicking in the middle of the corner oversteer on the way out. So these drivers are certainly in for a treat if they're in a battle situation, and weather conditions aren't helping either. Overcast with a 19-degree track, so usually there would be lots of grip. And wait a minute, I've just had the info fed to me. 48km/h northeast wind. Why? Why? Cam?
Yeah, Maxx Bantz, pretty much. For the memes.
Bo Albert having smoke coming out of his car there. You know, usually when I'm commentating, I go through the field and I have an idea of where people will be, so I know where to click in my timing, but everyone's completely out of position here, so it does take me some time to see where people are. Albert is absolutely pushing to get that thing over the line, but he's not going to be able to do it. Only 10 seconds left before we go over to the race session.
Plus the numerous soft tracks that he's been getting.
Yes, exactly. But nonetheless, away we go for Maxx Bantz 3, Revenge of the Yeet. Your grid up on screen at the moment. Ossian Puhaka starting from pole position. Marie Hrushka second. Dean Moll in third. Will Chen fourth. David Sanford lining up in fifth with Jake Sperry in sixth place. Neil Senkowski seventh. Bo Albert in eighth. Ninth, Rebecca Pauline. Daniel Benefield rounding out the top 10.
Followed by Benefield is Ross Rizzo in 11th. 12th goes to Kurt Stenberg. 13th, Griffin Gardner. 14th, Riley Blythe. 15th, Corey Ott. 16th, Andrei Rejovic. 17th, Saradov. 18th, Benjamin Smith. 19th, Kenan Kusen. And rounding at the top 20, Alexander van der Wood.
Connery Maddock lining up in 21st place. Matthew Norris in 22nd. 23rd, Christopher Kessie in your field, rounded out by Brandon Carl, Dennis Cotier, Ant Meeperson, Michael Bowman, Jacob Crago, Conrad Phobel, Chris Skinner, Isaac Edwards, David Smith, and Isara Streeter. Revs are rising. We're going to get ready to go here for Maxx Bantz 3. Lights are on all through the field.
I'm very surprised no one's actually jumped the start and tried to destroy the field.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that that it's a 2-minute gridding time and not a 1-minute one. So that's our first mistake of the night. Cam, please help me out here.
I've got no words.
Do you have nothing to say?
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
here we go. Someone's gone.
Wait a minute. What? Oh, come on, people. Oh, the green flag flying. So
run away.
Oh, there we go. Jake Sperry's been turned around. Here we go. Everyone trying to jostle for position. Oh, there's a car in the air. There's cars disappearing. Oh,
We've got
huge
the old
pile up.
It's shunted turn one as well.
I don't think anyone escaped that. So, Dean Mole currently in the lead for what should be the normal part of this race, people. What's going on out there? Jake Sperry getting recovered. It's an absolute battlefield at turn 2, Sperry.
Indeed it is. There's just cars everywhere. Cars going off. Cars on the fence.
Oh, God. We got cars upside down. Alexander Van Wilder back to the pits. Riley Blythe smoking. So, Will Jen spinning as well. Just making their way out of the S's.
And they're still crashing into each other.
Yep, so we got a few cars smoking here. Jacob Crago trying to get his way back onto a competitive racing line. There's a car off in the background. Who is that? That's Corey Ott with my mug, all of our mugs on the car here at V8's Online. We got a car spun at Degna too. That's Ossian Puaka. Bo Albert on InSim text chat. I would like to apologise to everyone who got yeeted. The big crash at the end. Brandon Carl.
Actually over the fence.
Oh, wow. It's impossible to even follow a race like this. You honestly have absolutely no idea what's going on. We've got 2 cars spun. Corey Ott still has yet to complete a lap at a speed of more than 40 kilometers an hour, I would presume. Isaac Edwards with his front left quarter missing. Not even attempting to take the track. That's the spirit.
I actually can't believe how many cars are in pit lane. There's so many.
Yeah. There's quite a few cars in pit lane at the moment. Conrad Phobel, Dennis Cotier, Murray Hrushka, Bo Albert, Daniel Benefield, Kurt Stenberg, Andrei Rajkovic, Alexander Van der Wilder, Christopher Kessie, goodness me, and Ross Rizzo coming into the pits as well. Following him in, Sarah Dove. So these drivers currently in for repairs as it's on for the lead now between Dean Mole and Rebecca Pauline. And they'll both be having a pretty tough time out there, Cam, with that kind of setup.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very wild and wacky setup, completely different to what everybody's normal to. It's oversteer and exit and then an absolute boat on entry. So it's very, very interesting to drive, to say the least. So it's going to be interesting to actually see if the tyres are going to last the whole hour, but these two are actually doing the most sensible thing and just continuing on until about what's going to be the 30-minute mark, where it's just going to have all hell break loose.
That's right. Meanwhile, the gap between second and third was 14 seconds at the line, and it's now 21 as Neil Sendkowski has actually spun in his MS Paint style Vendaval Sim Racing livery. But this lead battle, amazingly enough, we've actually got a proper battle in a Maxx Bantz race. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I know. It's unheard of and unexpected.
Yeah, certainly is. Well, Rebecca has the slipstream, but Mole is covering her off nicely. Oh, will both of them go off? No, Mole manages to recover at 130R. And they go through this very tight Moto Circuit chicane, and Mole is off! And that's going to be a slowdown.
A long one too.
Yeah, very long one. So Rebecca Pauline is going to jet on by. Meanwhile, David Sanford stopped on the track. There's people in the pits getting repairs. Sanford was in 3rd place, so not sure what happened to him there. Whoa. Looped it at the chicane as he's making his way past Benjamin Smith, who's spun at Spoon. Tell you what, more than a few cars looking bent, and, may I draw your attention to Conrad Phobel, who is already starting to go around the circuit backwards.
Oh dear. This is new.
I mean, usually this happens in the... Oh my god, is he going to make a pass?
He's actually going to pass someone.
Oh, almost. Jacob Crago really struggling there, and he's made a pass going back. Ah! We're not even 10 minutes in, guys. Look at what's going on here. Everybody's trying to get held up. Oh, careful. Oh, it's on for the lead too. Pauline and Mole. Goodness me, that's Kurt Stenberg, who's made contact with Rebecca.
Stenberg just absolutely sent it.
Just absolutely destroyed everything at the moment. Dean Mole with an extremely bent car. I mean, I gotta say, I'm kind of semi-disappointed because I was hoping we'd see something resembling a race for the first half. It's supposed to be the second half where things get crazy. I don't know if the drivers got the memo, Cam.
Also, it's Maxx Bantz. No one's going to care if it's a race or not. Everybody just wants to go out there and have some fun.
Oh no, Rebecca Pauline with more issues. She just got turned by Alexander van der Woude and is now missing a vast majority of her front end.
Yeah, she actually got pushed off the track again by Kurt Stenberg at Spoon just before, so it's now Chris Skinner in the lead, actually, so this is going to be very, very interesting.
Yes, indeed. So, oh, goodness, Dean Mole, his race is going from bad to worse. He's stopped again. This time he's on the back stretch. Has he gone back to the pits? He has indeed. Obviously not able to continue. Daniel Benefield has had his repairs done, and he is going to be back out. Currently assuming 19th position as Bo Albert is fighting with van der Woude for 24th position. Oh, Benefield spun right out of the pits. Good job. But van der Woude and Bo Albert fighting hard here at the moment. Oh, and there we go! Sent it right in the middle of the S's. At this point, it's a race of...
Oh, and that's another 2 cars off.
Oh, Jesus. At this point... At this point, it's more of a race of who can get
3 of them around
quickest. Oh, my lord.
4 of them around. They're all off.
You know, I wonder how much the positions have shuffled here because, well, Brandon Carl, Daniel Benefield, van der Woude, Chris Skinner, actually currently in the lead, plus 28 positions behind this miniature pack. I tell you what, this will not bode well for him if 29th position ends up being the position picked.
No.
He's going to have to actually properly stop on track.
You have to pit because everybody is a lap down that's below 25th.
Yep. Connery Maddock having to make a recovery at the moment. It doesn't look like his car is in the best of shape at the rear. Oh, what? Dean Mole crashed in the pits? My lord. How did he manage to do that?
He's just gassed it up and headed straight to the garage.
Oh, boy. Well, this is the thing. As Mole actually almost getting together with Jacob Crago, but Crago spinning on the entry curb. That's the thing you got to think about. It ultimately doesn't matter what happens in this first half of the race. You still have a chance to win.
Yeah, absolutely. You can smash each other off the road, you can blister away, you can do whatever the heck you want. It's like within the rules, of course. They are very limited and few, but yeah, you can do all sorts and everything that you please to do, but once that 30 minutes is up, you've then got to start taking it actually quite seriously and try to get into that position that's on the spinning wheel.
Yes, and Corey, Benefield off, as I'm noticing Corey Ott spinning once again. He's continually making contact with cars, or cars making contact with him. Perhaps trying to cave in our faces on his beautiful livery. Simply a work of art. I cry every time. Connery Maddock recovering there in 130R as, oh, look who's coming up behind him. Conrad Phobel.
He's still going.
I tell you what, if nothing else, he's determined. Very determined.
Definitely.
Oh, I've just noticed a big off at turn 1. Jake Sperry having to avoid Chris Skinner. Oh,
that was a wild moment for Sperry there, getting right out sideways.
Jeez, we're going to get a replay of Sperry's incident. Just had cars coming out of the pits, and when he turned in, there was nothing he could do other than just fire himself off, I suppose. Completely out of his hands. Sarcasm very much dripping from my voice.
He did a very good job, though, of actually saving it. Yeah, with the controller as well.
Yeah, actually. We do have to specify a couple of things. Jake Sperry is racing with a controller, and
so is
also,
Benefield.
yes, Daniel Benefield racing with a controller too. We usually see him with a wheel, so it's certainly an interesting way to drive. Second, third, and fourth. Oh, that's Isaac Edwards. Complete and utter pit maneuver there. So, Sarah Dove, Benjamin Smith, and Riley Blythe are all together right now. We see an actual battle forming, but who knows how long it's going to last before someone just completely rams one of them out of the way. You can see Smith with the run. Oh, Sarah Dove just
gonna be
catching the grass.
The chicane.
Yeah, it'll be on at the chicane.
Smith's going to do it, I reckon it.
Oh, no. Actually, he isn't. Oh, Dove's going to make it easy for him, though. She's gone completely into the gravel trap, and that's going to be a slowdown for her. Actually, she's going straight for the pits, so Smith will not have the pleasure of making an on-track pass. Riley Blythe, on the other hand, he's really fighting his way through here. He was 7 seconds slower on the last lap. So Smith obviously got past him, and now it's up to Blythe to try and make that position back as Michael Bowman going for a bit of a ride at turn 2 in the background. Oh, Bo Albert has just completely rammed Alex van der Woude off at the Degners. So van der Woude has to do a lot more work once again. Oh, hang on a minute. What's he trying to do? Wow. Rejoin out of 10. Good job. Oh. Rebecca Pauline, meanwhile. Oh, hold on a minute. This is interesting. Looks like Alex's engine is gone. So now Rebecca.
Oh, there she goes. And one of the fins. That's Brandon Carl. Who's just about cleaned up. I believe that's Will Chen.
Yeah, seems like it. Oh no, Will Chen is far ahead at the moment. I think it's Brandon Carl you're thinking of there. Rebecca Pauline. Oh dear, oh dear. This is actually the battle for the lead at the moment. Yep. Oh, and Smith trying to run Pauline off the road. But it's definitely on for the lead once again. None of these drivers seem to want to finish the race in one piece. Meanwhile, I'm actually looking further back at Griffin Gardner. He has a bit of a clean car.
Smith's actually been punted off the road by Pauline.
Oh dear. There we go. He's going to go for that slowdown, isn't he? Or is he? They're having to contend with Will Chen here up at the front of the field. And Chen actually gapping as Smith clears his slowdown, leaving it as late as possible. Oh, who's that at turn 2? Conrad Phobel.
Still going backwards.
Yep, still going backwards.
Albeit at a very, very easy-going pace as they try to split him around. Bow Albert and Griffin Gardner both having to go on. They're both into the wall.
Wow. Yet again. I mean, this is all we're gonna see from now on, surely. Until they decide to slow down and get whatever position we come up with. This is what the race is going to be like. This is Maxx Bantz. This is the new normal.
This is the new Carnage Fest, really.
Yeah.
Oh, and Conrad Phobel just put the ball by Bo Albert there.
Goodness me. I tell you what, week 13 is famous for a few things, but when you do stuff like this intentionally in week 13, it's another thing entirely.
Yeah, absolutely. There's just cars strewn everywhere. Cars broken, cars smoking, cars actually racing, and you just don't know what's going on.
No, certainly not. We're having to rely even more on our Director Jay than we usually do to feed us information about who's in what position. Actually, he has just confirmed to us that he has no idea what's going on either. So we really are up the creek without a paddle here. We're going to get a replay, sorry, of a car that's blown up. That's car number 16, Ocean Puhaka. He's currently in the pits with some major damage getting that thing repaired.
That was involved with an incident Jake Sperry, actually.
Oh, wow. Complete and utter fencing right there. Well, that is recoverable as the leaders are in the pits. And I tell you what, if ever you wanted to see a car graveyard, the pits at Suzuka Moto right now is where you want to be. Rebecca Pauline and Benjamin Smith. Hang on a minute. What did Benjamin do there? He barely even stopped.
Yeah, he actually didn't go stop at the chicane. He's actually just drilled into the side of Pauline there, as they both entered pit lane.
Yeah, and then he didn't actually stop in his pit box. Oh yeah, he did for a couple of seconds.
And they're both pushing each other off the road out pit exit.
It's on, and Marie Hrushka is in this as well. Oh, there we go! Oh my goodness.
Drifting.
Marie Hrushka teammates with Benjamin Smith, and they're driving together in V8 Scops as well, so this is probably a way of working out their differences before the Endurance Cup gets underway.
It certainly is one way of doing it, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Oh, man. A lot of drivers running alone at the moment with 12 minutes until we can spin the wheel and decide which position is declared the winner at the end. Drivers like Riley Blythe are ones to watch out for at the moment, because Riley, despite that little bit of a whoopsie on the exit of the hairpin, is catching Hrushka. All the drivers struggling with the wayward behavior of this car. Kurt Stenberg right in the middle of all of this, and it remains to be seen exactly what he'll do here. He is a lap down, but that really means nothing.
Yeah, exactly. It means absolutely nothing for all we know. The spinning wheel could put position 18, and with him being in position 18, he could very well easily win this race. So, yeah, it's going to be all sorts happening as now Stenberg's going to be coming up on, I believe that's Corey Ott. No, sorry.
That's a Sarah Streeter there, letting those drivers by.
Way off the road.
Oh,
Rallycross spec.
yes, indeed. So now Riley Blythe has 2 cars in between himself and Hrushka. Oh, well, just one now. Streeter deciding to take the regular chicane.
And Blythe's going to go up the inside of Kurt Stenberg, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here into turn 1.
Or is he?
He's going to get
Is he
squeezed. He's going to get squeezed in this car coming out of pit lane. This isn't getting well.
Oh no! Stenberg going off into the runoff area, and Blythe
And around to go.
just making it by as Stenny goes around. As Connery Maddock goes out behind them, and I think he may have actually gained a position out of that, straight out of the pits. But another car around, Griffin Gardner. I genuinely wonder whether it's worth reporting every car that spins around, because it just seems to be something that everyone's doing all the time.
Yeah, exactly. It's happening everywhere as Gardner's actually spun at the hairpin again. But yeah, there's cars just spinning everywhere, so we're going to struggle to actually keep up with everybody spinning at this rate. It's all around at Spoon Curve as well.
Dean Mole.
Smith, sorry.
How would you be if you were Dean Mole, having started way up the field? But it is on between Blythe and Hrushka now. Hrushka struggling to make her way through the chicane, and Blythe struggling to make his way out of it. But it's definitely on here. This is for second place. Rebecca Pauline making her way past our backwards friend Conrad Phobel. So she's currently still in the lead and making her way past lapped cars at the moment. Oh! Wow! Goodness me. So that's one way for you to take that position. Marie Hrushka almost getting forced into the wall. Driving past backwards man. And that right there is
going backwards actually.
yeah, he is. He's gotten quite a bit of practice already, and well, speak of the devil. Oh no, what's going on here? Oh, I noticed that Conrad Phobel is getting on the ImSim text chat and using the pass right and pass left commands. Question is he talking about his right,
Or the other
their
people's
right? Genuinely no idea. As we're
You see
looking
both
at
drafting.
Marie Hrushka and Christopher Kessie right now. Kessie is a lap down and obviously is not interested in obeying blue flags because he is getting in the way of Hrushka all the time. Hrushka just bumping him.
This is probably something that we'll actually see later in the race. People holding each other up purposely because who cares about blue flags and everybody wants to win. Oh, and there goes into the wall and Hrushka as well.
Wow. So there we go. This could have a big influence on the podium again, as Christopher Kessie is still ahead of Hrushka
Somehow.
after all that. Oh, Bo Albert spun at the hairpin. He's just getting himself going again. His car is extremely damaged. We're going to get a replay of that, see how
He's just
that happened.
absolutely
Oh, wow.
split.
Yeah.
Just been a massive.
Oh, my Lord. I'm not...
That is a scene that Larry and Tyson would be absolutely stoked to have seen.
Certainly. Well, is stoked the right word?
I've been proud.
Oh, hang on, Rebecca Pauline! She's been spun! Big spin from the lead on the back stretch, and that was done by Blythe.
Yeah.
Dirty driving as Blythe is now in the lead, and you know, it's okay. It's okay if it's dirty driving, because this is Maxx Bantz. But Rebecca Pauline will certainly... Whoa, hang on a minute. Behind Rebecca, there's more carnage. Bo Albert spinning on the back stretch, getting together with Benjamin Smith.
There was actually a car upside down as well at one point.
Oh. Well, Riley Blythe takes the lead as they go onto lap 11. Rebecca Pauline a very long way away and actually going to pit too, as Smith and Hrushka are into it once again. So Rebecca Pauline losing the lead in controversial circumstances here.
Yeah,
Neil Sitkowski coming out of the pits.
Yeah, she probably won't be happy. Although she did have a blown, smoking engine more or less, so she was down in power. So it wasn't necessarily a dump, but probably more or less some communication from Blythe. But who knows? This is Maxx Bantz. Anything could have happened.
Yeah, for sure. We have absolutely no window into what goes on behind closed doors in those sim cockpits. 5 minutes until the spinny wheel.
Before all hell breaks loose.
Oh yeah, well, all hell is already broken loose, I think, but it'll
stopped on the front straight as well.
Oh yeah, true. I was going to say, Cam, it'll be another circle of hell breaking loose. That's Keenan Kusen stopped at the exit of the last corner. Reigning Maxx Bantz champion, Isaac Edwards alongside. So Keenan Kusen, aka Mr. Aero HD, is now reversing. Why? You're going to get disqualified, my boy. Don't do that.
I think he actually just been has.
Yeah, well,
oh, no,
maybe.
No, he hasn't. Towed.
Nah, he's gone back to the pits. I'm going to take a look at what happened to him there. He made his way through the chicane, no problem, but then it looks like he actually got together with Sarah Dove, spun in front of him, and so...
I think he was just plowed straight into him.
Wow. And Corey Ott going incredibly slow down the pits, 20 kilometers an hour, in fact. Giving everyone a very good view of my face on the bonnet. I can't say I'm entirely unhappy with that depiction, because at least I look somewhat angry, which befits my mood right now. Norris and Rizzo currently battling, going through Spoon, and Norris absolutely fishtailing. This is going to bring into account Chris Skinner. So this could potentially be a 3-car battle.
Yeah, it certainly could be.
Oh, another big incident, sorry. Going through the S's. Bo Albert, once again, with Corey Ott, once again. These guys just have absolutely no love lost for each other. This looks to me like Ott made the mother of all re-entries.
He actually had an incident with Neil Sitkowski as well, just earlier before that. And he's just collected Bo Albert.
Wow. So they're continuing to get together. Corey Ott trying to take out Bo Albert once again, and Albert just saying, no, I would like to leave now. Thank you very much.
Is it of any surprise that Corey's trying to take out Bo, though? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Bo's off the road again.
No surprises at all. Look at him. He's lining him up. He's lining him up. There's a target on Bo Albert's rear bumper. They're lining each other up, it seems. They're both trying to take each other out. See, look at that.
And he's...
Well done. 10 out of 10.
Would recommend target school.
I certainly don't come from the Imperial Stormtrooper Marksmanship Academy.
No.
Straight ahead through the chicane goes Keenan Kusen and Corey Ott. There's a car stopped on the backstretch. Neil Sitkowski. Looks like that was from an incident with Dennis Cottier.
Actually banged wheels, and then he's just got turned straight into the Armco. Done what would effectively be a 1080 spin.
Cottier is losing speed rapidly, and Sitkowski, oh,
Did have a blown engine by the sounds of it, and Sitkowski's engine's just gone as well.
Yep, so there we go. Both of them completely out of that one. However, we have fast repairs, so get back out there. Otherwise, you'll be sent to the Shadow Realm. Oh, be careful there, Ross Rizzo. He's just, he's just going to go straight through the chicane.
Oh.
Yep. Corey Ott getting a taste of his own medicine there from Ross Rizzo. We got 1 minute until the spinny wheel is brought out, and it seems there's more people going into the pit lane than there are staying on the track, and Corey Ott is almost blocking pit lane entry.
That's not going to be a bad tactic once the spinny wheel comes out.
Actually, no. You're actually right there.
He's actually being pushed down pit lane backwards.
Goodness me. Now that blocking pit lane, I don't think I heard. Sorry, I don't think I thought of that beforehand. It could certainly be something to think about. But everyone has mostly gotten clean cars, as Matthew Norris and David Sanford involved in a big incident at Degner 1. So everybody getting clean cars in anticipation of what should be the defining of the winning position. Spinning wheel is almost ready, so we can almost decide who is the winner. It is on screen, and we are ready to spin. Who's it going to be?
Who's it going to be?
There's 33 cars in this field, 32 currently running, so from 2nd to 31st, those are the potential finishing positions we can see. What will it be? P2! Oh, you've got to finish second. Of all positions, position 2.
This is going to make it interesting for those right at the back that are a lap or more down.
Yeah, they're going to have to pursue it because because think about it. Marie Hrushka, currently leading, she's going to have to slow down, really slow up, because Benjamin Smith is some ways behind.
Yeah. She could actually pit and actually not have to worry about slowing down or getting taken out or anything.
Yeah, true. So, basically, in order to win, you must not win. Everyone, it's time to get good.
It's time to be the bridesmaid.
The one occasion where you'd want to be a bridesmaid.
Yes.
So, it's on now. Oh,
dude!
Wow! What? Replay on board 000 with that. My God. Right across the apex of the hairpin. Incredible.
Alexander Vanderwood, that was huge.
Fantastic. Alex, of course, one of my teammates from European and non-iRacing leagues. So he's fitting right in here, Alex. Good stuff.
150 km/h impact speed.
Amazing stuff.
Unbelievable.
And Benjamin Smith is crabbing quite fiercely and spinning. Yep, spinning at 130R. Obviously, no way that car can take a turn of any kind. Curiously, Marie Hrushka is continuing to set reasonable lap times up the front there, despite being in the position that will ultimately lose.
Yes, and I've also just seen Dean Mole parked at the final chicane there, just blocking the apex of the left-hander. But he has returned to pit lane now.
Riley Blythe going very slowly.
No.
Oh, spinning. Just avoided getting cleaned up. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be a blown engine.
It's just all sorts going on at the
oh my God. Just a cavalcade of humiliation for Riley Blythe at the moment. And he's just going straight into the pits. Escape. Save me from this hell.
And there's a car upside down out of the final corner, Christopher Keeson.
What? Oh, there we go. You know, I've never actually seen the bottom of a Cadillac CTS VR. That's one thing that I can scratch off my bucket list. How honestly did that happen?
Very good point, actually. He actually got absolutely cleaned up on the entry by Griffin Gardner.
Yep, absolutely smashed. Big head-on collision. Sent him absolutely sky high. So now Kessie has no front end to speak of, just headlights dangling in the void. As does Alex van der Woede. Daniel Benefield as well.
And
David Sanford remaining in the pits too. So P2 currently occupied by Chris Skinner in car 999. He is in the box seat. Marie Hrushka is continuing to lap quite quickly up the front, setting 2-minute 11s, 2-minute 12s. And she is just coming around. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this right here is something that could change things. Oh, goodness me! Conrad! Be still, my beating heart. He is sitting.
For the first time, I think you're not going forward. Backwards, sorry.
Yeah.
Before his case.
Yeah, well, he's gotten himself into the pits once again. So Marie Hrushka stopping, obviously taking tires, taking repairs, possibly fuel as well. So where is Chris Skinner at the moment? Currently going down the back stretch. Oh, it's on for second too. Okay. Yeah. Daniel Benefield is disconnected.
Whoa!
Oh, almost there. Daniel Benefield's car apparently will not start, but nonetheless, he has disconnected, so he must be shamed. Shame, Daniel Benefield. Doesn't matter whether or not your car won't start. You mustn't disconnect. Have a look at the battle here.
Oh, it's on the grass. And he's well off on the rallycross side of it.
He's going to get on the... Oh, Ossian Puhaka takes second there, and Chris Skinner is just avoiding the wall. Doing very well, actually, to keep it together. He's currently with David Ross Smith here, going side by side through the S's. Where's Puhaka? Oh, goodness me. Kusin just spun across the front of him.
Yeah, not quite sure what happened there, but Puhaka's just up the road from Skinner. So Skinner will be absolutely hammered down and try and catch up to Puhaka, who's actually going to pretty much just keep the foot down and try and pull away from him.
Yes, indeed. Well,
unless, of course, someone else has other plan.
Yeah, of course. One of those people who could have another plan is Marie Hrushka, because she's continuing to lap out there. Just come out of the pits.
Oh, Puhaka's just been involved in an incident at the hairpin with Cotier.
Yeah, and
now
this
Skinner's right there.
Oh, Puhaka has had to slow as Chris Skinner's actually gotten past him. Nils Sandkowski getting going just up ahead. Oh, hello! Who on earth was that? That was so close. Looked like Keenan
Jacob Crago.
No, Jacob Crago. Yes. Just made
There was actual contact as well.
Yeah. So, for second place, the winning position at the moment, it is definitely on. Nils
Sandkowski. Oh, Skinner.
Here we go.
They're all in the fence.
This could promote someone to second. Skinner is through to second, but...
Oh, car in the air. Steenberg.
Oh.
Oh, no,
no.
Sorry.
Wow. Oh, dear. Skinner off the track as well. That's quite the damage you can see on his car. I tell you who is really going to profit from this. Marie Hrushka back in the pits. She's actually just come out. Where is Skinner? He's just come into the pits. So where's Puhaka? In the pits. So Hrushka, who gets spun at turn 1 by Asara Streeter. Hrushka has been attempting to recede that first place, but unfortunately everyone else has been getting into too many shenanigans. Riley Blythe currently in second place, Benjamin Smith third, and Smith really stands to gain from all of this because he's just been lapping quietly with a clean car. Who knows how much longer that clean car will last with Bo Albert in front of him.
Yeah, for sure.
See.
I'm actually surprised about one thing, and that's the fact that this track hasn't turned into a rallycross track, because with all the people going off, you would have thought there would have been dirt and dust everywhere.
Yeah, I would have thought so too, but apparently people like to keep it on the black stuff.
Well, hold on, big shunter between us.
That's Daniel Benefield there, stopped at the entry to Degner 1. Benjamin Smith now in second place. So Riley Blythe, certainly... Oh, Chris Skinner, big spin as well.
Did that to avoid Jake Sperry, actually. He had to get to the grass and lost it.
So Benjamin Smith, currently the second place occupier. And it's all on for third at the moment. Sarah Dove could really capitalize from this. Ah, no, unfortunately not. You can't take into account a wild Sperry.
Certainly not.
Well, Marie Hrushka actually going incredibly slow. Really slowing up. Attempting to give up the lead. Here we go. She's going into the pits again. This is gold. Benjamin Smith will go into the lead of this race. He wouldn't have known that Hrushka went into the pits.
Unless he had his relative box up, then he would have. But regardless, there's actually not a lot of time left in this race, so
here we go.
Start to see all the tactics come out.
Yeah, look, Smith's already slowing down here, running wide in turn 1. He's going at quite the slow rate of speed. Hrushka just coming out of the pits. She is away.
Goriot stopped on the main straight as well.
Huh, amazing. Meanwhile, Benjamin Smith letting Rebecca Pauline go, and Rebecca is recovering somewhat. Currently running in 12th position.
I believe so.
Making her way past Will Chen, who was occupying 13th. So third and fourth, Skinner and Dove. These two won't want to take each other out at this stage, because neither of them are occupying second position at the present time.
No, absolutely not. They'll want to work together to some extent, just so they can catch up to Smith and those in front of them.
That's the thing. Like in the first half of the race, you had this this ridiculous festival of carnage with everyone going for everyone else, taking no prisoners. But now you see people starting to go, well, you know what? I actually need to look after myself for a bit.
Hrushka's going to take up Smith here.
Oh, here we
Actually,
go.
no, we're going to go side by side and just sit there.
Wow. Hrushka.
Uh-oh.
Taking her out.
Santowski is behind her.
Oh, is she going to get turned? No, there we go. Smashes onto the brakes to avoid it. And Santowski brake checks her! The mother of all brake checks! Oh, and Smith is back in the lead now, so this is what we came here for. Chris Skinner is going to get second place, so he currently occupies the best position. Sarah Dove now, her best interest is to take out Skinner to get second place.
Yeah, absolutely. That was totally unexpected and out of nowhere, so this race has just started to turn into the meme that it is. And Smith's actually looped it as well.
Oh, here we go. Coming into the pits, Marie Hrushka once again. Smith is going to continue on. As meanwhile, the one thing that has remained a consistent constant in this race is Conrad Phobel and his going backwards. Currently made a little bit of contact with Jacob Crago, but he is committed. If nothing else, Phobel is committed. I take my hat off to you.
I actually can't believe how clean his car is as well, with how much he's gone backwards, because usually when you go backwards like this, you usually end up in the fence at some point, but his car's in immaculate state, so it's unbelievable, but it's not for first and second.
Yes, indeed. Chris Skinner and Sarah Dove. Oh, goodness me. Dove around. Skinner almost went with her.
On the grass and the goes.
Riley Blythe getting taken out by Neil Senkovsky. And now Benjamin Smith reoccupies second place. So this is where Chris Skinner has to decide. Do I slow down? Do I go for a trip through the pits? What do I do? You'd think that it would be the safer option to go for a pit stop, because once you get into the pits and you get into those pit boxes, then your car becomes like non-collision. So there's no chance. Oh, Skinner, he could get lined up here.
Oh, this is going to be close. Oh. He's actually T-boned Kessie.
Christopher Kessie failing in his mission there.
The victim becomes the attacker all of a sudden.
He certainly does. And Phobel, right in the middle. Right in the middle of the back stretch. People are going to have to go around him here. Benjamin Smith.
Actually going very
slow. What's he
slow.
going to do? Yeah. Is he going to actually go by? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I don't think he does.
It's going to into the pits.
Yep, so here we go. This is going to be another defining moment. As currently in the commentary box, oh dear.
Oh dear.
What? Sarah Dove taking the lead. I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't know who is where, or what is what, or why is when. In the commentary box at the moment, though, is Jake Sperry. Currently with his microphone muted. I don't know if he can unmute it for us. There he is. Mr. Sperry, have you got us?
Well, I do, yes.
But have you got a grip?
No, not now.
Yeah, okay. So, you started in 6th, right, Sperry? But
Yeah.
now you occupy 20th and you are being battered and beaten. How do you see things panning out for you from here, knowing that you have to finish 2nd to win?
I think I can't commit to the win from this position. I'm over 3 laps down. I'll have to rely on drivers slowing up massively in the last 10 minutes, and I don't think that's going to happen. So I think that my main strategy is just to be a nuisance for the leaders and try and be just another roadblock for them. So,
oh, they're coming. They're coming. So you have a chance here, Sperry.
I do. Okie doke.
Benjamin Smith coming out of the hairpin and going through the chicanes. So we'll stay trained on this for now. Get a glimpse into the mind of Sperry as he becomes a nuisance. Neil Sentkowski going through there. Oh, take care. Sperry actually going through the pit lane.
The west, or is it the east?
Oh,
the west?
jeez. That's the west circuit. Sperry, you failed to take out a few of them, but here we go.
Oh, he disappeared. I couldn't see him.
Yeah, a lot of people are disappearing for me at the moment. I don't know what's happening, but Smith has actually managed to get through. So, Sperry, unfortunately, you failed. You're fired.
Oh, here we go, though.
Oh, no.
Redemption!
Redemption! Redemption!
Absolutely huge moment.
Oh, goodness me. Redemption.
Particular shunt in the entire race so far.
You got your back, Sperry.
Thank you.
The crash is down the front straight as well.
Wow. The carnage. Replay on board with Jake Sperry for that monumental, I don't even know what to call it. But you're very much welcome, Sperry, and I suppose good luck for the rest of the race as Ossian Puhaka is now 2nd.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Sperry there.
God.
Oh. Nearly got taken out by Coriot there. So, we're rapidly running out of time here, Cam. 11 minutes to go in the race. And Ocean Puhakar is the one in the box seat. It seems like...
Blowing up.
Oh, yeah, she is actually. Going quite slow. So this... yeah. Oh, goodness me. I don't know how this is going to turn out because, you know, you would think that the people 3 and 4 laps down, they might still have a chance, but we honestly don't know. There's not enough time left in the race for them to make up an awful lot of time depending on the pace of the leaders. So all we can really hope for is for the leaders to slow each other up sufficiently. We might see a repeat of the last Maxx Bantz where we had cars actually just stopped for minutes at a time. Oh, yeah, Sarah Dove going through the pit. Going through the West pits. Here we go.
Stop.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's why. Dean Moles stopped there.
It's gone through.
So there we go. The gamesmanship is beginning.
10 minutes. Exactly.
10 minutes exactly. Here we go. Boys and girls. Ocean. Oh, whoa! That was an abject failure of a takeout, Andrei Rajkovic. I am really disappointed in you. As Puaka actually goes for the pits. So Dove has taken the lead back.
Yeah.
Huh.
And so hasn't slowed up either, so that's interesting.
Definitely is.
As I've just got the engine blow as well.
Wonder who that could be.
It was me.
Oh, scary.
Oh, have a look at the S's. There's an actual...
Dove's actually been involved.
Wow. Okay, so...
Pauline
after
Vander
that little
Wood
sojourn...
and Albert.
Huh. Goodness me. Benjamin Smith now back in second as a result of all of this, so... Sarah Dove is going to have to slow up once again to let him go. Who has the best chance here? Marie Hrushka still in the pits as we speak. She's been in the pits for 2 minutes, so I don't quite know what's going on there. Has she left?
Not sure.
Skinner in the fence. So he needs to really get a leg up as Benjamin Smith's still in second. Meanwhile, there's so many cars stopped around Smith. Well. Yeah. Honestly, this is...
Oh, that was a huge moment at the hairpin.
Jeez.
Christopher Beasley taking out Dennis Coitier.
Yeah, right. We're going to get a replay of that, but I tell you what, Cam, this is true cooperation and the true proof that when times are tough, we can band together. Sometimes it's in an online race where we have to take out second, but nonetheless, it is a true thing of beauty, I would have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a way of everybody coming together and really having a bit of a laugh.
That's exactly right. Sarah Dove back in the pits once again, making her tour. Meanwhile, if we're going for a most pit stops done award, Daniel Benefield would surely be a contender. He's pitted 10 times in this race, and amazingly, he actually hasn't done a valid race lap of this place yet, as he goes back in the pits. Yeah, I am actually looking at... Oh, no!
Turn 1!
Oh, dear. There we go. This could really help Smith. He's right there. He's at turn 1.
He doesn't get hold of it, but Bukaka's right behind him.
Oh, so it's actually on here. Oh, Sarah Dove taking out Bo Albert again. And this is really going to help her because... Look, Smith has spun. So here we go. That's probably a half-intentional spin by Smith. cars. Dove now in second. Ossian Puhaka will know what's going on. You can see him actually lifting and coasting, just sorting out what to do. We have 5 minutes left.
But Kusin and Albert, they could be the devil's advocate and ruin this for him.
Yeah, they certainly could. Keenan Kusin and Bo Albert both way out of contention at the moment. Really, it's only positions 1 to 8 that have a chance at winning this.
Yeah, you're actually right there.
Yeah, at this point in the race, the only way drivers like Stenberg and Smith can get into it is if all the leaders stop and they start going again.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, second currently occupied by Benjamin Smith, and he is not letting Bo Albert have a good time of it at all. Bo Albert doing a pirouette in the air. Nice
Quite
stuff.
spectacular.
Yes, indeed. Keenan Kusin getting going there. As Sarah Dove trying to chase down Benjamin Smith right now. Ossian Puhaka is making his way through the chicane. So this top 3 is where it's at the moment.
Puhaka's in the pit lane. Or just about loops it into pit lane as well in the process.
Take
just got on the
care.
grass.
Dean Mole currently out there on circuit and not looking particularly happy with the way his car's handling. So Sarah Dove following Ossian Puhaka into the pits, and Benjamin Smith too. So all 3 jumping into the pits. We'll have a look at Matthew Norris, who is actually going to take the lead, yeah.
So another person who could possibly win this event.
Well, that's
Puhaka's in the fence.
Contenders. Oh no. Well, I suppose that's what he would have wanted, because now he is in second behind Matthew Norris.
Albeit with a slightly beaten the battered car, but anyway, he's still going.
Why are we the way we are?
I don't know.
This is, I think once every 3 months is enough for this sort of thing. I can feel my brain leaking out of my ears. This is... Oh, wow. 2 cars blocking the track. That's Rakovic and Mole. And the leaders managed to get through there, so... who knows? Who knows? Puhaka still running in second. Matthew Norris starting to run away with this in the lead.
Blowing up, though.
Yeah. He's managing to keep his car clean, which is more than I can say for just about everyone else in the field, as I see Rakovic going into the wall at the hairpin. We're coming up on 90 seconds to go here.
If Norris is quick enough, he might actually be able to get another lap and then probably actually be able to stop.
Yeah. True that.
Maybe he won't actually. Maybe he'll come across the line this time by and it'll be the last lap.
Yeah. Oh, meanwhile, Puhaka getting cleaned up. Goodness me. As Benjamin Smith has now been promoted into second as a result of that, Rakovic has been the spanner in the works. So now Puhaka's dream is almost over. Could it be Benjamin Smith who takes the Maxx Bantz Winrar Trophy?
Or could it even be Matthew Norris?
Who knows at this point? Norris just avoided getting taken out by Alex van der Woude. This is white flag, I believe. Possibly. We'll see. The 1 hour mark will pass. The oh, goodness me. Well, the 1 hour mark will still pass on this lap. Because a lap of Suzuka in these cars is 2 minutes. So it is going to be checkered next time by. I'm calling it now. Puhaka and Hrushka both in the pits. It's not going to help them, though. Benjamin Smith actually in the optimum spot here, Cam, to take second.
Yeah, he is. He's got plenty of clean air ahead of him, actually, and so does Matthew Norris. So this is going to be interesting.
Well, it's all going to be decided at the end of this lap. I fully expect Norris to really slow up out of the chicane. If not stop right at the finish line. He's doing good there, is Norris. Nice clean lines. Just, Oh! Oh no!
Oh,
Smith!
and he's back to pits!
Oh! He's been booted back to the pits!
That's race changing!
Oh, there we go. The dream is over for Benjamin
That
Smith.
puts Puhaka in second!
The dream is still alive for Puhaka. Alex van der Woude was the catalyst in all of that. As Sarah Dove is now in second place. But the dream is still alive for Ocean Puhaka. Matthew Norris
is slowing right up.
Slowing right up, coming up to the chicane.
He's going to stop.
Is past. It's going to be checkered flag. He is going to have to stop before the finish line if he wants any chance of getting second. But one driver has to cross the line.
And he hasn't stopped. He's gone straight across and he's actually finished in first. No, actually, no checkered flag. So it's the last lap now.
It's another lap. It's another lap. They have another lap.
So Smith could possibly still win this.
God, I love this. I love how the event format is so messed up that iRacing's timing doesn't know what to do.
The white flag is officially out.
The white flag is out. There we go. Our representative from the field, Jake Sperry, confirming that for us now. Matthew Norris behind Christopher Kessie. I'll tell you what, Kessie could certainly be a catalyst in this. Ooh. There we go. Kessie got spun, and he's been left in the dust by Matthew Norris. We'll be watching Sarah Dove because she is currently in second by a long way, almost getting taken out by Daniel Benefield.
Oh. Rizzo's actually third.
Oh! Sperry. Oh, hang on, what? Ross Rizzo?
Yeah,
where has he come from? He's just...
Oh, Dove's going straight across the grass.
Sarah Dove, desperate to get second here. Oh my goodness, Puhaka also right in the middle of all of this. Oh, any one of these drivers could win, Cam. Any one of them.
Absolutely.
They've got a few wild cards in there.
He's almost at a standstill as well. You may as well actually just chuck on the pit limiter and try for the rest of the lap because there's no point actually going that quick. Oh, huge!
Whoa! Oh my goodness! Sarah
Now Rizzo's second.
There we go. Ross Rizzo is in the box seat. The dream is almost over.
But Puhaka's right behind him.
Oh, here we go. Ross Rizzo versus Ocean Puhaka for what will be the race victory. They are finishing in second, but that is the winning position as we, the gods, have decided. Matthew Norris, super slow on the back stretch. It's all going to be decided here. Rizzo, Puhaka, Riley Blythe a lap down. Oh, Puhaka almost spinning.
Again.
He's so close.
And Blythe's going around.
Puhaka escaping.
Oh, Benefield might be the catalyst in this.
Yeah, he could. Norris is stopping.
And Benefield's engine's just gone, so now Puhaka's got clean air.
Connery Maddock has stopped on the run up to the chicane. Careful!
Oh no! Norris has stopped.
Very, very slow.
This and Puhaka's gone straight ahead. And he stopped.
Who's going to cross the line first? This is your top three. It's all about who finishes second. Oh, Matthew Norris. He's going to get back across the line. Is he going to get back across the line? What's happening?
They're all stopped. They're trying to push each other. Who's it going to be? Puhaka's close. Well, Norris is going to get pushed across. Sanford is getting pushed across. Norris crossed the line. Puhaka won it. Ross
It's
Rizzo
Ossian
third!
Puhaka! No! Ross Rizzo? Who's it? Oh! No! No,
Norris is
no,
first.
it can't be.
Second. Also third.
Puhaka!
Puhaka is confirmed the winner.
That's it. Ossian Puhaka. Jay, your timing needs fixing. You keep yelling the wrong positions to us. Fixed. Ossian Puhaka is your victor in Maxx Bantz 3. Revenge
Feebles
of the
actually completed the race going backwards.
Wow. Absolute carnage on the front stretch. I have nothing to say. Absolutely nothing. Results are on screen. Matthew Norris will cross the line in first, but Ossian Puhaka is going to be your victor. Ross Rizzo just missing out in third place. What a cluster on the start-finish straight. Chris Skinner fourth, Marie Hrushka in fifth, Benjamin Smith in sixth, Sarah Dove seventh, Riley Blythe eighth, Kurt Stenberg ninth, and David Smith rounding out the top 10. That could have gone any way at all, Cam.
11th will go to Will Chen, followed by Rika Pauline. 13th will go to Andre Rajovic. 14th, Connery Maddock. 15th, Zara Streeter. 16th, Alexander Vanderwood. 17th, Brendan Carl. 18th, Kenan Kusin. 19th, Michael Bauman. And rounding out the top 20 is Nils Sintowski.
Bo Albert will be 21st place. David Sanford classified 22nd. Jake Sperry from 6th to 23rd. Corey Ott in 24th place, with Conrad Phobel, our backwards man, finishing in 25th position. Daniel Benefield 26th, and our field being rounded out by Dennis Cottier, Christopher Cassie, Dean Moll, Jacob Crago, Isaac Edwards, and Griffin Gardner. Ant Meeperson did not take the start. That's your field for Maxx Bantz 3. And we will be getting to driver interviews very, very soon. Currently awaiting interviews, we will bring in first Benjamin Smith. Mr. Smith, you almost had it.
Mate, it was going good. I had about 5 other cars battling with me, trying to knock the person who was in second out. Thought I had it, and then all of a sudden I got blindsided. Absolutely sad.
Yeah, it turns out those lapped cars can end up being a bit of a wild card, eh?
Yeah, you gotta watch out for them to come out of nowhere.
Certainly do, and often nothing you can do until the very last moment. But still, I guess it shows that you have the potential for further Maxx Bantz victories if you're this adaptable.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna take this skill into Scops tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we get a second place.
Yeah, we'll see. Certainly had a lot of practice at running in second. Thank you very much for joining us, Benjamin. Next up in the commentary box, we have Ossian Puhaka. Ossian, you're the winner! Good stuff. Good stuff.
That's well
I like
deserved.
that.
Well
I
deserved.
like that. Best interview we've done by far. Ossian, do you have any words to say?
Ei mitään, huikea fiilis. Kisa meni hyvin. Laitettiin T1 ympäri ja sen jälkeen ei mitään muuta kuin ajeltiin vähän kilpaa ja jollain tavalla löydettiin itsemme viimeinen kierrokselta siitä voittosijalta tai sen ympäristöstä ja sen jälkeen saatiin vaan venailla siinä maalissa, kuka tulee eka maaliin ja jollain tuurin painon kaasua oikeassa aikaa voitin. And because it's Maxx Bantz, I will be delivering Maxx Bantz because nobody will understand them. So I will answer the rest of the questions in English, of course.
Excellent. I probably should have specified English to start off with. But that looked like an interesting finish there, didn't it? Basically a parking lot.
Yeah, and the thing is, I didn't expect the leader to do that. I was hoping I find myself in the lead on the last laps because I would have done a Schumacher at Silverstone 98 and just pitted. Went into the pit lane and just, stopped right before the finish line. Then the second place guy was going to be like, I'm going to be second, yay, and then they're going to fight and I'm just crossing the line. But no, that didn't end up working like that, so it was different. It was definitely interesting. To be honest, it was pure luck. I just said it in the finish. It was pure luck. I was just pressing the throttle and hoping I wasn't too late.
Well, that's it. At the end of the day, it all comes down to random chance, I suppose. But still, it's there's an element of skill to it as well. You ended up getting taken out quite a few times there, but at the end of the day, you were one of the cars that I guess got taken out the least, and that's a skill in and of itself.
Yeah, I got good practice in World Cup Armageddon because I was captaining Finland in Tear, and I actually finished the race with the most incidents there. So, you know, I got some skill in avoiding wrecks as well as delivering some myself, I guess. The ping, of course, played its part too, but, you know, I guess it's some sort of skill. But I was just lucky to be taken out from the pole position right at the start because I didn't get any damage and I got just faded out. See flying cars, enjoy the scenery, and then drive a bit of car.
Can I interject here for a moment? Because you become the third different winner of the most prestigious trophy in sim racing, the Winrar Trophy. Is there any space on your fridge?
Not on my fridge, no. I keep them on top of my shelf. I guess you gotta... I was thinking it's going to be, you know, if it's the Maxx Bantz trophy, you gotta shut them out somehow. You have to zip them out somehow. So it would have been the Win Zip trophy, but Winrar is good too. You're a Winrar, ha ha ha. But no, I keep them on my shelf. So I will be holding this prestigious trophy like my firstborn child, which is to say I'm gonna throw it out of the balcony.
Excellent stuff. Well, I've just messaged it to you on Discord. It is now yours to keep, to do with whatever you wish. The Maxx Bantz Winrar Trophy is yours, Ocean. Who would you like to thank before we let you go?
I would like to thank a couple of people. Of course, yourself, Rhys Gardiner, Jake Sperry, as well as everyone else here in the commentary booth, Cameron Dance, Corey Shot, JK, Weeds Online, whoever that guy is. I guess he's a good guy. And everyone for doing the broadcast. Everyone for organizing the event. Because Maxx Bantz, you know, it's so much fun. And for Rebecca Pauline for being one of the lone voices of reason. And of course, Hannu and Fabs and Tsuge for keeping me company on my Twitch chat.
Excellent stuff. Congratulations, Ocean Puhaka. You are the victor. Next up, we're going to bring in another driver that it could have been so close. Ross Rizzo. You end up third in the end.
I've never been so disappointed with a third place.
I can imagine. It was all to play on the last lap, but it seems like you were one of those. In fact, it was almost the Ross Rizzo that we see in regular racing, just driving consistently and staying out of trouble, and it almost paid off for you in the end.
Oh, mate, it was anything but. I completed the first lap with a crabbing car, came in, got the fast repair, and didn't even make it to turn one before I was wrecked again.
Oh.
So, and then from there, it was just constant avoiding wrecks or causing them, either or, I forget. But I had to visit the pit lane quite a number of times when sometimes I didn't want to. But it was a lot of fun.
I'll bet it was. So I suppose being mere tenths of a second away from a non-victory victory has put you in the mood for further Maxx Bantz exploits.
Oh, I was already fired up before tonight, so I'm even more raring to go for the next one.
Well, it'll certainly be an interesting one. Maxx Bantz 4, a new meme, will be coming next week 13. We definitely hope to see you there, Ross. But yeah, certainly should be happy that you at least came close.
I'm glad I even got to finish. Last time I was booted out and then shamed. Not for my own, not of my own cause. So, so I get to finish and with a little bit of dignity tonight. But yeah, can't wait for the fourth one. Can't wait to see what you got in store.
I can't wait either. I don't think we've actually worked out exactly what the event format's going to be, but we'll work it out for sure. Ross Rizzo there, your third place finisher. Next up in the commentary box, this is going to be one of the spanners in the works, Mr. Alexander van der Woude. Alex,
Hi.
I've known you for quite some time, but I don't think I've ever seen you as feral as this.
Yeah, it's been an experience. I mean, I'm really content that I was on my roof before turn one ever happened. So I think I've took out a leader like 3 or 4 times or something like that. It was it was a different experience and a good one.
I'm sure it was. You ended up being one of the catalysts for that finish that we eventually saw. If you had not taken out Benjamin Smith in those last few laps, then we may very well have seen him as a potential victor.
Oh, damn. That's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that. It's really good.
So you have the honor of ruining someone's dreams, Alex. How do you feel about that?
Oh, that feels really good.
I'm sure it does. Well, obviously it's a bit of an early start for you over there in the Netherlands. I think it's currently 10 in the morning for you.
It's actually 12:30.
Oh,
it's
12:30.
Well, yeah, I've made a Maxx Bantz like poop up before the race even started, because I thought the race started at 9 my time, which was actually 10 my time, which turned out to be practice first as well. So it didn't start until about 11 here. So I was awake very well and early.
But a morning well spent?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, will we see you for the next one?
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see.
I will be there. I will hope to be more of a catalyst even then.
Yes, indeed. We'll see what happens. See what the event format throws up. That was Alexander van der Woude joining us in the commentary box. Chris Skinner, I believe, should be the next person to be interviewed. Chris, it was a special one, wasn't it? You ended up in 5th at the end, but you were in the running.
It didn't go as planned, to be honest. The whole race was a bit of a mess. Christopher Kessie kept getting into me, but he was going for his incident point win, and that's fine with me. But how about that first lap? Bloody 29th to 1st. You just don't get that in any other form of motorsport, and that's why we need Maxx Bantz back every week 13.
Yeah, certainly. It was a run of the ages, and I don't think I've ever beheld something like that. I mean, of course, I've seen some of Cam Dance's performances in races with big positions gained, but that was just something else, Chris.
Yeah, it was really hectic. Cars were going everywhere. I actually spun to the inside of the first corner. I thought, oh, I'm done. And then Marcus came on the radio and said P1, and I thought, oh, God, here we go.
Yes, indeed. Well, it seems that, unfortunately, it ended up in a non-victory for you, but at the end of the day, you came close. Very close.
There's one waiting for me, don't you worry. I'll get it.
Well, that's certainly something to keep in mind for the next Maxx Bantz, which I am right in assuming you will be attending.
Definitely. It was so much fun with all the boys in our Discord all having a laugh, and the girls. And yeah, just fun all around.
Excellent stuff. Chris Skinner there, eventual 5th place finisher, but almost could have gotten that done. Meanwhile, next up in the commentary box, Mr. Norris, you won, but you didn't win.
I have never been so disappointed to win.
it was so close too. What was going through your mind when you stopped at the start-finish line?
Somebody cross it. Just not me. Somebody cross it.
Of course. But I suppose, thinking of your starting position, you started in 22nd place, and of course we had the carnage going all the way around lap 1. But honestly, you coming into contention in the last half of the race, it must have been something really heartrending to think, goodness me, I actually have a chance at this. And you continued to lap pretty consistently there in the lead.
I knew I had a chance. When the spinny wheels came out, I didn't think, second would be called. But when I realized I was in with a chance, I thought, just keep the car clean. Don't hit anyone who's trying to hit you, and don't win the thing. And it didn't work.
Well, there are other chances for it to work, surely.
Let's definitely hope so. Maxx Bantz 4.
Maxx Bantz 4. We will be seeing you there, Mr. Norris, I am sure. But before we let you go, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, I'd love to give a shout out to Kessie for trying to slow me up. That was helpful.
Excellent stuff. Well, thank you very much for joining us, man, and we will see you next time.
Thanks, Race.
Cam, I think it's time to bring the driver interviews to an end because frankly, I'm running out of voice. I have nothing left. But that was certainly a fantastic event. And I will be glad to announce, actually, Corey Ott is in the commentary box with us. Corey, you win the Brown Star. You have the most incidents.
Well, two Maxx Bantz in a row, I'm happy. I didn't finish in the desired position, but I don't care. I got at least something.
How many incidents did you actually get?
210.
Oh, you're slacking, Corey. That's worse than last time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just I didn't have that mentality of getting the most incidents. I wanted to try and get second, and then after I got taken out and got sent into the sky by Nils, I was like, oh, I might as well get the most incidences then.
Well, that is the way things go, and next week 13, I think, will be even better because Sperry, we've got Maxx Bantz for a new meme.
We do have a new meme for Maxx Bantz 4, and I can reveal that the format for Maxx Bantz 4 is going to be a snake split elimination race.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Put that in your calendars, everyone, and get ready. Yes, indeed. But for your upcoming week calendar, the fun does not stop on V8's Online. Next up, we've got the V8 Supercar Online Premier Series. From Imola. That is the Imola 500. We can see that on the iRacing Esports Network. Also on iRacing Esports Network on Wednesday, we've got the Geodesic Racing Sprint Series Australasia. Flick back to our channel on Friday for the Australian Online Supercar Championship, and next Sunday, the majors. We got the Knoxville Nationals Sprint Car Racing. It's going to be a return to normality here. But, you know, every week 13, we like to let loose and have a bit of, I wouldn't say fun, insanity, more like, guys. A laugh. That's it, a laugh. And that is what it's all about at the end of the day. Thank you very much for joining me in the commentary box, Cam.
Yeah, no worries. It was quite the event, a little bit different, and hope this sticks around for a bit because it's an absolutely awesome event, and the whole point is just to have fun. And at the end of the day, if we're not here to have fun, then why are we doing it?
Exactly. That's exactly it. Thank you very much to all the drivers for turning up and racing and putting on a good show. This has been V8's Online. This has been Maxx Bantz 3 Revenge of the Yeet. We will see you next time.